Hi, this is April at Stunning Style, and I have another makeup look for you that's perfect for cool skin tones that look best in pure hues and bold colors. The only trouble is bold hues look very scary in the makeup palettes, and I didn't know what to do with them for a long time. One of the YouTubers that I love to watch is Dominique Saish, and I will link her down below. She has so many gorgeous tutorials that look terrible on me. And so as I watched them, there was one she recently came out with for a fall look, and I was looking at the colors in her palette, and I looked in this palette that I have that has a ton of hues, and I just decided to try some that were similar, and I loved how it turned out. The palette I used is this one. It's the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette. I got it last Christmas and didn't use it because I didn't know, well, I didn't know what to do with it. This is kind of scary, right? Like clown makeup, right? That's what, I mean, I know these are the colors that look best on me, but I was super intimidated by it. I thought there was no way I would wear more than one of them at the time, and yeah, I put it away in my drawer. And when I saw this tutorial by Dominique, I pulled it out and I decided to give it a try with these colors, and I love it. It turned out so well, and I'm going to try more combinations to make use of this, and I hope you love it too. I will see you with a bare face in just a minute. So I've already started with my foundation, my lips, my blush, my eyebrows, and an eyeshadow primer. On my lips I have one coat of Lipsense Purple Rain and one coat of Lipsense Fly Girl, one coat of the Icicle Clear, and one coat of the Glossy Gloss. You remember how in the last video I said a little bit about the tape trick and how I thought it was a bad idea and I never do it? Well, I did it. Instead of using Scotch tape like a lot of people use, I'm using this medical tape. You don't have to do this. It does make it easier to keep the eyeshadow where it belongs though, and less cleanup. But to make it a little less sticky, I just stick it to the back of my hand once. It just makes it a little less sticky. And I'm gonna put it in the corner of my eye up to the corner of my eyebrow, which is where we want the direction of the eyeshadow to go. It also helps with extra eyeshadow that falls underneath. It makes it easier to clean up. I'll just stick that right there. And so when I pull it off, it doesn't tug on my skin because it's medical tape, it's meant to go on skin, and because I stuck it to the back of my hand, I don't need it to stay for very long. I'm gonna start with this base color of a Maybelline Seashell. It's just a pale pink. It just sets the eyeshadow primer and kind of gives us a base coat to put the rest of the eyeshadow on. The second thing I'm going to use is this color that I featured last time that I love so much. It's called Edgy, and in the container it looks like a purpley, sparkly, blackish color. It doesn't go on that way for me, and I'm going to use this brush from mascara, and I'm going to use the fluffy end, and I'm going to start about here in the middle of my iris and go up, and then I'm going to do this whole crease all the way up, kind of up here because I have hooded eyes, so I need to take my eyeshadow higher to make my eyes look bigger. And I'm going to do that same windshield wiper type of action, and then just take it kind of down here only halfway across my eyelid. We don't want to put anything dark on the inner corner of your eye It makes your eyes look closer together. And then the other eye, just halfway across on the eyelid, and then sort of all the way along the brow bone above the crease. Not super dark, but it is going to kind of give us a foundation. For the rest of the look, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette. For this look, I'm going to be using this coral color called Seas, and then I'm going to use this very purple color called Sketch. First, I'm going to use the color, the Seas. I love this color. Again, I'm going to use one of these mascara eyeshadow brushes. I have two of them, so this is not the same one I used to apply edgy. And for this one, I'm going to swirl from the corner up and then into my crease a little. I love this look for fall. It's just a nice change, and I love how it looks when it's layered with these other colors. So you can see I just went up this way and only about halfway across. I didn't go as far across as I did with the edgy. Next, I'm going to use the same brush, but I'm going to use the pointy end or the smaller tip, and I'm going to get the purple Sketch color right here. And I'm going to start down here at the same corner, but keep it a little closer to the edge. You can see now why the tape is so helpful. And I'm just going to make a very small V. I'm not going to go in as far as I did with Seas. Just the very outer corners to accent the corners of our eyes. I'm going to line this time with a purple color. This is the Too Faced Bulletproof 24-Hour Shadow Liner. I love the color. It's not ideal for this because it has a very chubby tip and it's hard to get a fine line with it. But I haven't found anything that I like as well that is as true purple. A lot of the purples that I've found lately are kind of a raisin color. They have brown in them, and I don't like that. So it also doesn't sharpen very well. It comes with a built-in sharpener on the end, but anytime I try to sharpen it, it just doesn't get a very fine point. It just gets short and flat. So the sharpener is fairly useless. You just have to be careful. And I go here on the kind of pointing my eyeliner up this way so I catch the under part of my eyelid where my lashes are. If you come on it this way, you're gonna get a fat line. And at this point, I'm going to take my tape off. See that nice sharp line? And I am just going to angle it up, just slope it like a ramp, a little at the end to kind of meet up with that purple angle that we made. When you do the tape, it's really important to make sure you get them on the same angle. There have been a few times where I had one that was lower and I had to wash it off because it looked weird. I'm also going to use this. You could also use the purple eyeshadow that we use, Sketch, and take a brush and just go under here a little bit. But since this is easy to smudge and blend and it doesn't go on super sharp, I'm just going to use this because it's easier to handle and I don't have to pull out another brush. And I'm only going to go halfway across here. And then I'll just tightline just a little right here. Not a lot. Since my eye rims are so red, I'm going to finish the tightlining with this white. I have this Urban Decay 24/7 Waterline eye pencil in Push. It's a navy color. I just, you could use black. I just like navy with these colors. And I'm gonna tightline under here. I'm getting better at it. See, I didn't poke my eye. And I don't go all the way over because I will poke my eye. But when I get better at it, I will. We're gonna go back into this Full Spectrum palette and I'm gonna go for the white bump. Ooh, there you go, bump. And I'm gonna use it as a highlighter. And for this, I'm just gonna use the brush that came with the palette. It's not a terrible brush, it's not a great brush, so I wouldn't use it for anything more detailed. But I'm gonna come over here in the corners of my eyes. And I'm also going to highlight under my eyebrow right here with it. I still haven't replaced this brush that I don't like. This Japanese blending brush. This one's not very good, don't buy it. So I am going to just soften these edges right here. And with a good brush, this wouldn't take as much effort. You might like that super duper sharp line. It's a little much for me for this particular look. So I do like to soften it. So we're gonna do our final steps for the eyes and we're gonna do our lashes. So I use this Urban Decay primer called Subversion. And I use this Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And I have this Tarte eyelash curler. I always curl my eyelashes. I like that purple one for tight lining, but I don't like it for doing the fine line on top. I got all of these bulletproof shadow liners that I've been using for $5 at Nordstrom Rack. I think they've been discontinued. The link that I share below, I think that's all there is. That's the only place I found them. Okay, our final step is going to be concealer. There's not really any fallen eyeshadow under here because of the tape, and as you can see when I pulled it off, it didn't jerk on that delicate skin because I used the right kind of tape and I stuck it to my hand, which has lotion on it first. I am using the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in Light. And I don't need a ton of it. I get better sleep these days now that my kids are a little older, so my under eyes are not that dark, but I do need a little. So I just put a few dots here. Maybe I do need more, maybe I don't know it. And there you go. You can just, since we use the tape, we don't really need to clean up here on the sides the way we would without it. And we don't have much fallout under here, so we are just making it look nice and even. And that is the finished look. It reminds me of an autumn sunset, the purple and the coral colors as the sun's going down behind the mountains or over the ocean or behind the trees or whatever your landscape is where you live. But I love this look, and I think it's a great everyday look. It's not too heavy. I hope you enjoy it. If you try it out, please come to my Facebook page and upload a picture and show me. I love that. I'll link my Facebook page below, but it's Stunning Style AG if you want to find me that way. I love seeing when people recreate the looks that I've tried, and I love hearing that it worked great for you. So please come and tell me. I hope you enjoyed this look. If there's more you want to see, please let me know. I am always trying to figure out new looks that work with these bold colors that look best on my cool skin tone. Have a great day.